Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Hooper Reflections. We have a very special guest here today. Going to be joining me on the show, uh, current UMBC women's basketball star Riley Donahue. I sent her the invite. Hopefully, she'll tune in here in 1 second. So it's great to have everybody here. Hopefully we'll get more people logged in. Thank you guys for tuning into another great segment of Hooper Reflections. I enjoy doing this, and it's fun. It's exciting. Kind of going over with everybody on what's been going on today. So I can't wait to see I accepted it. I don't know why it's acting like this. It's weird. Unable to join. What is going on here? Sorry, guys. Trying to see why it's not working. Oh, hello. Yeah, now it's working. So Riley Donahue, thank you for coming back onto the show. It's been a long time since we last talked.
Yeah, a couple months.
It's kind of good to put a name to the face. Mainly a lot of times being on interview, but it's good to see you. How has it been since we last talked? I see, Auburn had a good year, and they did really well. And then you actually transferred. You're on the transfer path to UMBC. So
yes.
What was kind of the decision behind the transfer?
Well, going over the past 2 years I've been on the team, and I guess I wanted more of the basketball experience. I wasn't getting, the playing time. I love the girls, love the coaching staff. I just felt like it was in my best decision for me and my family to, look elsewhere. And Auburn's always going to be home. I love it. I love the people there. That's my family. But UMBC reached out to me, and they had all I needed with academics, athletics, and location wise. I want to end up in DC, so it's just clear path.
And I remember when we had talked, you were going through, I believe it was a tonsil problem.
Yes, I had a tonsillectomy this summer, and if you have that as an adult, it is so painful. So don't get it.
and then you were a walk-on during your time at Auburn. You had said you had worked hard to get back to that path, and the coach reached out and said you wanted to walk on. And were you still training and everything like that during that time as a walk-on?
So yeah, as a walk-on, I'm still part of the team, training, traveling, all of it. Just without the scholarship. And then when UMBC reached out to me, they just offered me a full ride. So I'm fully covered now.
And so you're ready to make waves there at UMBC. Are you clear for next year? You're ready to go?
That's the cool thing about the transfer portal now is you don't have to wait a year anymore. You can just go right in. So I'm really excited.
That's good to hear. And so when we last talked, you were still kind of feeling everything out with the NIL. It's gotten bigger now, and you've still grown your opportunities. We talked about Reaching Dreams, which is basically your initials and everything like that, Reaching Dreams. And then Waxer made to stand out. I do see now you are with Cameo and Clutch Lifestyle.
Yes. So I'm excited about that.
How's Reaching Dreams been doing? How's kind of your own brand been able to kind of get the message out?
It's been really cool. Telling people I have a merch brand, and just people looking at it. They're like, "Whoa, this is so cool." I've had a few of my friends purchase some, and I know I just talked with my crew over there, and they're changing the colors up since I'm gonna be at a new school, so they're getting that done right now. But it's been really cool. I'm glad it's taking off gradually. I know I'm not the biggest name in basketball, but hopefully one day I'll get there.
I mean, there's always room to grow, and there's always room to get better. You had gone through a tonsillectomy, and then trying to get back into shape and just getting to the point where you can grow to the starting role that you want to become. I mean, it's a process, but I think with the pandemic year and as well as taking the year to kind of recover, you'll have plenty of time to make a wave at UMBC.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And how did you get in contact with Cameo and Clutch Lifestyle?
So I believe Cameo had reached out to me as well as Clutch Lifestyle. And at first I was just kind of looking at them, seeing what they had to offer. And I know a couple of the men's basketball players at Auburn had done Cameo. So I thought it was really cool. So I kind of jumped on the opportunity, got it approved, and then, people reached out, they asked for videos. I got a couple weird requests, but for the most part it was pretty normal. And then the Clutch Lifestyle, they had reached out because they liked my style and how I dress and how I present myself on Instagram. And then I was able to, work with them, get some gear, post for them. So I was really excited about that.
And then, as well as Reaching Dreams, which is your brand, you're still working with Woxer and Made to Stand Out.
hmm
How's that journey with them going, with kind of getting the brand out there?
So Voxer I've been promoting it to Auburn, at least like the people in that community, just telling them like, hey, like there's a women's boxer out there. It's really comfortable. Like I know a lot of women experience like discomfort in what they wear. So being able to have like breathable underwear and just comfortable boxers, it's been really cool and really fun.
And then, so that's good to hear that you're still getting your message out there and the word out there of the companies that you are working with, and still kind of growing as a student athlete in general. And it's good to kind of see the growth that you've had since we last talked.
Yeah, it's been a journey, but I wouldn't change it for anything.
And how has and I know with kind of everything trying to get back to a normal sense of not having to wear a mask, but still kind of making sure that we're all okay. How's I see being a mental health advocate, how are you doing as far as making sure that you are personally okay, both mentally, physically, and spiritually?
So I struggled a lot growing up just talking about, what I was going through, what I was experiencing. And, basketball is always an outlet, but, it only helps to a certain extent. So I'm not the biggest therapy person. I'm not gonna like talk down on it, 'cause I know therapy does help people, but it didn't go with me. But being able to have like a community of people you could talk to, whether that be teammates or friends, like that was a big thing for me. Where my friends outside of basketball, I was able to talk to them and just be able to be like, "Yo, like I'm going through this," and just them listening, and vice versa. Like I've always wanted to be like, you need to talk about your mental health, because the more you hold that inside or don't tell people, gonna it's gonna pop. You're gonna snap. So it's very important, especially with COVID and just everything going on, that you need to talk about mental health. And whether it be therapy or a friend, just find somebody you're comfortable with, because the better you are at talking about your mental health, the better you'll be.
Absolutely. And I think we all need someone out there that can just be there for us, and, and even find an outlet that, we don't have to think so hard about. Like you have basketball. Everyone either has a sport, music, or an art that they want to do to kind of escape from the reality that they're in. I know talking to y'all, it can be basketball. It can still be an art, whether it's music or even clothing brands, everything like that. I think mine is this because, it's a great way to kind of talk to everybody and kind of make sure that, your story is important, whether someone tells you otherwise, because it's getting that message out there that you can also inspire another generation of athletes who want to know this is the path that I took, and I know that as long as you work hard at it, you can still be a success, no matter kind of who puts those boundaries in the way.
Exactly.
Still grow as a person. And with like I said in the beginning, you transferred to UMBC. The goals this year for UMBC obviously would be great to win a conference title, but
hmm
personal goals, is it to kind of still trying to be a leader on and off the court?
Yeah, I know like team chemistry is always something that's big to me. And to all the girls, we've already had like our first Zoom call together. We decided we're gonna do one like every Friday until we get to campus, because all of us are kind of in the same boat. We're trying to find a team that we could all trust each other, build off each other, push each other, but also like hang out outside of basketball. Like I feel like none of us like talked about having that. So it's really cool that we're all kind of in the same boat. Seems like we all want the same thing. And yeah, we all want to win a conference title, but you got to start with the little things first, which is at the base of it, chemistry. If you don't have that chemistry, you can't build off of it. So it's really cool just talking to everyone. And we're going to have another Zoom meeting on Friday and hopefully just build off our first one that we had this past Friday. So really excited about that. I would definitely love to step into a leadership role, but we do have a lot of grad transfers. So I wouldn't be the oldest or the most seniority on the team, but that's okay. It looks like we're all going to be like leaders together in our own way.
And that's good that you guys are working on building that chemistry, having, still going through the transfer portal, whether you're a freshman coming in or a grad student, you guys are still finding a way to get that chemistry together while not in school. And my last question is, personally, what are some of the things that you kind of personally outside of basketball wanting to kind of improve more or get more involved with, before, like whether you're at school or whether you're at home, what more do you want to get involved with?
So I know like for my major, like academically, I would love to have more internship opportunities that I could get involved with, as well as like anything in government related. My goal is to get to the White House. So if I could start building relationships now, like that'd be awesome. And I know going to Baltimore, I'll be 35 minutes from DC, so I'll get probably better opportunities than I would down here in Atlanta and Auburn. So I'm really excited about that academically. Socially, like I've involved myself in a multitude of different clubs outside of just basketball. Like I had my mental health clubs, but I also had Black Student Union, which I involved myself in, which is really cool to just sit down and have that cultural and race conversation that a lot of people don't want to have, especially with like what's going on today in our country. I feel like it's very important to have those conversations and just hear each other out. So hopefully I can get involved in that at UMBC and just find an organization that I vibe with.
All right. So I wrote down Riley Donahue, president for 2040. Does that sound about right?
Hopefully, yeah.
That, and then I like how you do have a lot of you want to make sure that the community itself is taking a step forward and instead of like three steps back, which I think
Mm-hmm.
that's really great to hear, that you want to make a difference, not just for yourself, but the community, whether you're in it or not, is growing in a sense of we're all in this together. We need to come together instead of apart. So I'm happy to hear that you do have goals that you're ready to set forth, and you do have an even higher goal of wanting to go for president. I think that's an ambitious goal, but it's been, no one says it can't be done. Um,
Exactly.
but Riley, it's great again to hear from you. It's great again to see that you are taking advantage of not only the transfer portal, but getting back out onto the court and getting ready to play with a new team, new faces, everything like that. I wish you the best of luck at UMBC. I hope to keep in contact. I'd love to even come out to a game when I can get the chance.
For
Uh,
sure. Please do.
I'll try to see how my schedule is come October, November, but I would love to come to UMBC to watch, anybody, whoever's nearby who I've had. But it's great to hear from you. I wish you the best of luck, and it's great to hear from you again. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you for letting me.
No problem.